Hey guys, this is Yamini and welcome to my startup Germany. In this video, I will talk about one of the most frequently asked questions about self-employment in Germany. That is whether you are a freelancer or a sole trader. If you are trying to register as a freelancer in Germany, then I'm sure you must have come across terms like Freiberufler or Gewerbetreibender. It's really important to understand the exact difference between these two terms and make sure that you describe your profession in your registration form as accurately as possible. The German word for self-employment is Selbstständigkeit. If you are a self-employed person, then you will call yourself selbstständig. This is the broadest category of self-employment in Germany and also a catch-all umbrella term for subcategories such as Freiberufler, Gewerbetreibender, gemischte Tätigkeiten. The most important thing that you want to keep in mind is that all freelancers in Germany are considered self-employed people. But not all self-employed people have the freelancer status automatically. The second most important thing is how freelancing is defined in Germany. Freiberufler in German is not exactly the same as freelancer as we know in English. Here's the textbook definition of Freiberufler. Basically, it's a person who practices any of the liberal professions. The official German term for liberal professions is freier Berufe. Now, self-employment that involves any of these liberal professions is known as Freiberuflichkeit in German. So now you know what a Freiberufler is, but what about Freiberufe? Freiberufe is another broad category within Freiberuflichkeit, and there are three subcategories of it. So the first one is catalog occupation or catalog Berufe. Then similar occupation, ähnliche Berufe, or simply professions, that is Tätigkeitsberufe. Now there are hundreds of professions that can be piled under Freiberufe, so I will give some examples of broader categories. Medical professions such as doctors, dentists, surgeons, or midwives, they all fit in Freiberufe. And then we have the consultants category, so all legal, tax, or business consultants like lawyers, attorneys, notaries, tax consultants, they will all fit in the second category. Scientific or technical professions like engineering, chemist, architect, pilots, or surveyors, they will all fit in Freiberufe as well. And the last category will be cultural or educational professions such as journalist, photojournalist, linguist, interpreters, translators, artists, even teachers, they will fit in Freiberufe. So if your profession is in Freiberufe category, then you can go ahead and write that down in your tax registration form. But what if your profession is not in the list of Freiberufe? What should you be considered then? So as I mentioned earlier in this video, that Freiberufler is not automatically a freelancer in Germany. Now this is where it comes into play. In German, there is one word for freelancer, independent consultant, or a contractor, and that is called freier Mitarbeiter. A freier Mitarbeiter is typically a self-employed person who is hired by businesses who they will generally refer as clients for short-term projects and also for specific time periods. A Freiberufler, on the other hand, will typically set up their own practice or a firm or a studio where their customers will come and visit them for their consultation. So here are some more differences between a Freiberufler and freier Mitarbeiter. So that was Freiberuflichkeit in Germany, and I hope that it's a bit clearer now what exactly are Freiberufe and what is the difference between a Freiberufler and a freier Mitarbeiter. So let's move on to next section, which is all about sole trading in Germany. So the official definition of trader is pretty much same as in English. A person who is carrying out a trade is officially called a trader. So what type of commercial activities are considered sole trade? It's a large category and several professions can be included under Gewerbe. In short, if your profession is not fitting in the definition of a Freiberufler or freier Mitarbeiter, then you are most likely going to be categorized as a Gewerbe. And now let's talk about the trickiest part of it all. It is possible that in some cases you could be both a Freiberufler or a Gewerbetreibender. And this is conveniently called a mixed activity, aka gemischte Tätigkeit. So how can you figure out if you are both a Freiberufler or a Gewerbetreibender? I can explain it best by some examples, and let's take a look at them. So one major recurring pattern here is a one-to-many business model. A freelancing activity in German terms, let's say Freiberuflichkeit or freier Mitarbeiter, consists of providing one-to-one service to their clients. And as a sole trader, you are practically selling one single product or copies of a particular product to a number of people. So let's go back to the example of a freelance writer. A freelance writer, let's say, will have more than one client, and for each client they are going to create unique content based on the specific brief by them. So this makes the nature of service quite personal and customized, if you will. And if the same writer creates an ebook and puts it on sale on an online platform, then basically the exact same product is being sold to a number of people, which makes the service not as customizable or personal as it is in the case of a Freiberufler. And once again, keep in mind that there are always going to be some gray areas and some overlaps between Gewerbe and Freiberuflichkeit. I think it's better to treat it like a sliding scale instead of something black and white. So I don't want to confuse you or overwhelm you with too much information in one single video, and my brain needs a break from this topic, so I will do a quick recap. You are first and foremost a self-employed person, and that is called selbstständig in German. There are two types of Selbstständigkeit. One is Freiberufler, and Freiberufler also has a subcategory which is called freier Mitarbeiter. And then we have Gewerbetreibender, which is sole trader. And if your self-employment involves both type, which is Freiberufler as well as Gewerbetreibender, then your self-employment is described as gemischte Tätigkeiten. So that was it. And if you sat through this video so far, congratulations. I really hope that you were able to understand some differences between Freiberufler and Gewerbetreibender, aka Freelancer versus sole trader in Germany. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will really do my best to answer them as soon as I can.